Hello, everybody. Welcome to my weird and wonderful world. And I will let you know ahead of time that you might want to watch this one straight through because there is going to be a little bit of weird talk in this, okay? Just a little bit. I got a little story about last night going out, to the club and everything. I'll save that for later on. Now, I'll start with this because me being stupid and boneheaded, okay, I went and got two new CDs from Frank's Music, okay, and I'm so angry at myself for this because yeah, like okay, they're both here now. One of them, okay, that I already opened them. I already opened them, but I want to show you the rest of the collection that I have for that. And in the video, I got up to go get them and I plucked them down beside me, but I went and completely finished the video without showing you the CDs. So that's why I'm doing this again. Just note that it was a wonderful video. I talked about some cool stuff that I'm going to try to recapitulate. But you know, that's the thing about trying to do this is all in one take and no, and if I have to redo it again to perfect, to just to give you the best content that I can, I'm going to, and I do. And that takes time. That's a half an hour of setting up and doing the video, and it's all wasted. So, and I've already opened them, so it's not a grand opening. But I'll show you what I got. The first thing I got, okay, and it was interesting too. Um, Okay, the way I opened it, I can kind of recreate that. Okay, because I didn't really rip it out. I just kind of very casually opened it. Yeah, on one side only. Yeah, and I didn't rip it. I just pulled it out. That's good. That'll work. All right. So imagine that I'm reopening this again. and and everything is reversed. I told you I was in the video that you're not going to see because like I deleted it because I was just so angry at I get a little angry at myself for that. It's like, oh, I don't want to see it again. But I'll do a whole new one, and because I love you guys, and I love doing this, and it doesn't matter. Well, when this is the first one I got, okay. So I went and got Black Keys, going to Frank's Music off of Carson, off it's the Long and McQuaid building. Carl Barter is the proprietor and owner and awesome dude, and he'll he's friendly. He'll give you a deal. If especially when you're a consistent customer like me. I try to be consistent enough. But I love the guy. He's awesome. So I saw that on the rack and everything. It's cool. And then I noticed that there's that that's not a pin. At first I thought that was just a clever idea for a pin. That's the hype sticker. That's the hype sticker. And so when I opened it up, it's like I used my Dr. IP and then I opened it up and I slid it out like that to keep that hype sticker. I'm gonna try to get that off after. Still haven't done it yet. Had immediately wanted to do this video. I just have a pop up. I want to get out of there. Thank you very much. Now I like the back of this because and it's also reflected in what's inside. That's pretty cool. I like that. And if you can't really see it, but all the price tags on there are actually the links of the song links. Yeah, the song links are disguised as price tags. That's very clever. Those are exactly the track listing. So inside, that's where they put the lyrics. I'll show you the label and show you what that looks like. That's pretty cool. The black key, and then on the inside. Again, I'm doing this all again for you guys. That's how much I really actually like to do this. Now that went a little bit too far back there, so there we go. It wasn't able to close right unless it was in the right position. So it comes with this beautiful little poster. Now I don't ever put the posters up. They are part of the packaging and they must stay in the packaging. But I'm happy to get the brand new black keys. Yeah. So I went and like I said earlier, I went to go get the CDs out and I plopped them right here, but I failed to show you guys and it's left it's like I'd rather just kind of joke about it and before I show you the other CD that I bought from Frank Music, I bought two and they're both $20 each and it's my budget. And I'm good for another couple of weeks, and then I'll probably buy a couple more. And so, yeah, what I do actually have, and I don't think these are in actual order. I think this is this is the EP. So I do have that. It's called um, Tulahoma. Yeah, Lucky Tulahoma. And okay, I'm not going to dwell on that too much, but yeah, I also have Let's Rock. I have Turn Blue. That has a defect, a smudge, and not a smudge, but it's a yeah. It bothers me so much. And I mean, if I want to get a nice pristine copy, besides that, it's because I bought this to spin it right, and it was perfect, and but They have a they had the wrong. They have two different kind of stickers that they can put on their. They put the wrong sticker on there. They put the sticky sticker instead of the not so sticky sticker that actually comes off easier. Yeah. So this is such a good concept. It's called El Camino, but every single picture is of the minivan. If I take out the innards, everything has minivans, and it's called El Camino. Great, great. I don't care what people say. They say this is a bad album cover. I think it speaks volumes for the band that they are, and I think it's perfect. And it's such minimalist. And I also love that when you play the CD in a stereo that when the stereo plays, if it heats up, some new stereos don't do that. They don't actually heat up like that. My stereo doesn't heat that up. I would have to show you what that is. I would have to I would have to show you, but I don't want to do that. But it turns white when it heats up. It turns white, and you can see and then all that labeling shows up. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And I also have attack and release. I also have magic potion. I also have a rubber factory, and I also have the thick freakness, which I need to play again soon. I haven't played that one too often, so I'm putting that aside. Yeah, I'm putting that one aside. I gotta play that soon. The other ones I played a few times, more than a few times, so I'm well aware of them. But Big Freakness, yeah, that has to go into my music I need to get to box. Which I'll do a video soon enough about that. Oh, also I'm still working on that the ACDC stuff, which should hopefully come sometime this week now that Halloween and all that's over. Again, I'm so sorry that I couldn't give you I couldn't give you the content I wanted to for Halloween. I did okay. I did good, but it was still lackluster in my heart. From the type of quality entertainment I wanted. For I want to. I need to get to the stud muffin status of high quality entertainment. I'm nowhere near there. So okay, the second disc that I got from and of course, brand new because I opened it. The packaging is in the garbage right now. But I needed to complete this set, and after a certain point, okay, this was for those of you know. I'll leave some hints. This is my first favorite band, right? And I loved their first decade of their theatrics and what they and how they looked. That when they no longer had that look, I was so disappointed, and I was looking for a new band. And it took maybe just a couple of years before I actually stumbled onto Metallica. But yeah, this album represented that that disappointment. But I still love the album. It's still a great album. It doesn't have any Ace Frehley on it. Well, so you can't expect to sing. But these are solid songs. They're not bad. You know, I had a choice between this and Asylum, but I chose Look It Up because it is a better album. A little bit. I looked at the song listing and say, no, this is a little bit better. I'm very aware of these. I've had these on cassettes when I was younger, of course. I still got them anyway, even though I was no longer their biggest fan, but they didn't really diminish in how much I liked them, right? So yeah, so now I have it. So now I have this, I have Revenge. Of course I have all that makeup stuff. You know the ones I'm talking about. And yeah, so I'll be getting more as much as possible. Such a minimalist. And I'm gonna say the same joke I said in the last one is when you look at this, okay, what this statement means, especially this visual of how the CD looks like to me, okay, all that clean purity, as if to say, look at us. We took our shower. Now we're clean. We no longer have the makeup on. So this is our new and improved image. We're squeaky clean. We're white. All white. It's just basic lyrics and that, and I love it. It's still very simple and basic, but that's what it screams to me. It screams that now that we're done with that makeup era, where we washed our hands, actually took full showers, and got rid of everything, and yeah, so accept us for how we are. We're clean now, and yeah, that's what that cover represents for me. That all that whiteness, All right, so last night, if you guys don't care about this part, if you only came for the music talk, you could probably switch off. But I want to talk about last night and going to the club, and for Halloween, I went and brought this mask with me. It was kind of a hit, no other thing really. I was wearing my big long red Deadpool shirt that I had recently just bought from Walmart not too long ago. So I was wearing that. So yeah, and which people usually like that, Deadpool. Who doesn't like Deadpool? But yeah, and I was up there dancing too. I was up and moving around. People had some fantastic costumes. There was one guy who had a perfect looking lightsaber, a green lightsaber, and he was dressed up as Anakin Skywalker, and his girlfriend perfectly dressed up as Padme Amidala, but she was wearing that white garb that she was wearing in the Attack of the Clones, where she's in the arena fighting. They're fighting those animal creature things, and and then she shimmies up the chain, and the tiger thing kind of claws her back and rips the shirt off. So I mean, she recreated that rip like pretty seamlessly. Like it reminded me exactly of the of the movie, and she even had like a cloak on, that I eventually seen her with on later, and I love the costumes. I love the costumes. There's so many really cool costumes out there. So for a small city like Moncton, I don't know. For some reason, I see Moncton as a lot lesser than it is, and but those costumes, the place was packed. I went. It was at the new Cosmo. Basically, it's where Navigators is on Main Street here in Moncton. It's right by Robinson Park, and you just go there's an upstairs called it used to be called the second floor, but now they changed it over to the new Cosmo. Basically, it's the new Cosmo. It's like the old Cosmo, but a little bit different. And with now Terry owning both upstairs and downstairs, for a while he only owned the upstairs, and he renovated it. And you know what, I like the renovations. I think it's kind of cool. The only thing I would have to say, the only downside of the whole night is that if you're not careful, especially when you're wearing a mask and everybody was dressed up, if you're not really aware of it, there are blind steps every like just certain places. Yeah, my brother works there. He's a busboy there on the weekend. Of course, during he has a day job like where I work. Like he was working where I worked before I started working Loomis. But so after after the party, and yeah, and I was mingling with so many really like interesting, cool people, getting really friendly with a lot of people, lots of hugs, lots of just because I went there just to have fun. I was not there cruising women and just looking at girls and that. No, I went there and I danced. Of course, I'm looking at the hot women, of course, but I'm mainly there just yeah, like, as if they're not there, and just go for it, and people love that. People like that enthusiasm when you show some, you have to show some action. You have to show some. They they want me like they open up in half an hour from now, and here's my stamp from there last night. You know, Cosmo. If you can't read that, but it says Cosmo on there. So yeah, but after about 3 a.m., I had to wait for an extra hour because they closed at 2 a.m. And oh, I have to. Okay, hey, a reminder to me. We gotta set our clocks back tonight, and an hour. So when it hits 1 o'clock tonight, go back to midnight. That's what you do. And so we lose an hour. But that means for my brother, that means the bar will be staying open for an extra hour. That's an extra hour of paycheck, an extra hour of work. So so because they're open until 2. So once it hits 1 o'clock, nope. Now it's back. We go back in time to midnight. So now we still have another 2 hours. So yeah, I'm gonna try to go to bed a little early tonight. Last night, I went to my brother's after. Okay, now at the party. Okay, I will admit I had some alcohol and I had what they call rocket fuel. I'm not gonna go into what's in it. So I had a little bit of that, and I had like a pitcher of that because they come in pitchers. But there's not a lot of alcohol in that. Then I had three Smirnoff Ice, and then I they didn't have any more Smirnoff Ice, and I asked them for give me something sweet and delicious, that doesn't taste like alcohol, and she gave me this. I didn't even ask what it was. This green drink, and it was good. It was good, and it it like after that I was I'm not drinking anymore you know. But about 7:30 this morning, okay, my roommate wasn't even here. He was out. He was outside, and he came in to me, pretty much puking on the. Yeah, I kind of had. an accident last night. Totally missed. It wasn't too bad of a cleanup, but totally missed the bowl. It was like, it was out before I could get it open. I was like, like there was no way to control it, no way to. I tried everything to stop it, but it wanted to come out because I had eaten, you know, a sub not too long before. I don't want to put any disgusting images in your mind, but yeah. So I got some. I got nauseous. I was laying down because I went to my brother's after we were starting to go watch a movie. I didn't finish watching the movie. We got about halfway, and I wanted to go home, and I said I'll finish the movie some other day. He owns it. He bought it, so I can borrow it from him. So I just wanted to come home and do some and rest because I don't know. It's my bedtime. It's about 4:30 in the morning, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go home and see if I can't get some rest. I don't want to mention what it was, but when I went to my brother's, he kind of had something that I haven't had in a long while, and it wasn't that. I actually kind of enjoyed that, but I won't be doing that again for probably another two decades, or probably never again. That was probably a one time thing. I mean, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't 100% enjoyable. But yeah, I think it's the combination of the drinking and taking some puffs here and there, and then taking what I took with my brother. Yeah, that didn't really. I don't think that combination really settled with me. But once it all came out, immediately fine, and everything like I was like, I was good. I went and laid down and was able to fall asleep. In fact, while I was playing in order to go back to sleep, I like to put music on. Just saying, it's so good, so good. It's like whenever any opportunity I get to put this on, and or propaganda. It could have been equally propaganda, or or number one in heaven. It could have been that too. Like lately, it's been usually those three. All right, 22 minutes in there. I'm over my limit on time here, and I do love doing these. And yeah, like I was saying, I this is completely redone again. Went to Frank's to recap. Buy this and buy that. See the hype sticker is no longer there. Next time you see this, I will have the hype sticker on there. All right, I am done. I'm gonna let you go. You know how much I love you. If you're watching this for the first time, go watch other of my more of my content first, and I want you to be entertained. I want you to be happy. I want you, to feel welcome and accepted for whoever and however you are. I love you all. I love humanity. I love people. You know that. I'm not going to go into that, but leave me comments. I read your comments, and I do everything in my power to get back to your comments. At least I'll give you a channel heart and whatnot, and or a thank you. You know, something to acknowledge that I love. That you reach out to me. Again, just don't be mean, and you can be critical or whatnot, and okay, everybody, be safe. Take care. I will see you on the flip side. And please, everybody, have a great day, evening, morning, night, or afternoon, wherever you may be. Peace, everybody.